Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this morning's quick broadcast. Yes, I believe we are all doing great, and thank you all for supporting this page. If you are not supporting it, please click on the like button, click on the share button, click on the little love icon, so the algorithms of these platforms will show it to more people. All right. Thank you all for engaging with me this morning on my ride to school. If you are here for the first time, my name is Mr. O. I am a mathematics teacher in the United States of America. And I am on a mission to showcase the opportunities here to a lot more teachers around the world. So at least those who can and those who are able to will also come to taste of what some of us have tasted of. Even if it's for a limited time, it is good. Just come and experience something different, so that when you go back to your home country, you will be able to implement some of these things, so that we can also increase the professionalism that comes with the profession. All right. Good morning, Jade. How is Cameroon? Yeah. So I've been on this journey since last year, and it's been a fruitful journey, I might say. It is a wonderful journey, and it is our belief that we will continue to the point where we are satisfied that enough or a lot more people have come to partake of this little experience. All right, Jade, you are a biology teacher. Good. For 8 years. Wow, that's good. That is wonderful. So just engage on the page. First of all, go and watch. I have two videos: documentation and evaluation. If you have your evaluation already, then you are good. Go and watch the documentation video. It's both on YouTube and Facebook. It will give you the understanding and the perspective of what you need to do. Is that okay? Then you can send me a WhatsApp. I will forward some few agencies to you to try them. All right, and to apply to them. Mhm. And let's see what comes up. Okay, let's see what comes up after that. I'll be glad to work with you on this journey till you get a scoop. All right, I have a lot of Cameroonian friends. I have a lot of guys here from Cameroon, and they are wonderful people. All right, they are wonderful people. So today, what are we talking about? Today, we are talking about assessment. Assessment, and I believe as the year comes to an end, most of us are preparing and crafting our test items. All right, we are crafting our test items. For some of us, it's being crafted for us. For some of us, we have to go and buy it online. For some of us, we have to go and pay an institution or a company to develop your test items for you. For some, it is a standardized testing, either by the approved examination body in your district or in your school area, or it's by an approved company and all that. So it could be anything. It could be teacher made, it could be standardized tests, it could be anything. Okay? But some way, somehow, we will all be assessing our students one way or the other. One way or the other, we will all be assessing our students. And I believe I just want to throw one or two things out there. As an assessment and evaluation professional myself, I hold masters in measurement and evaluation. So assessment is on my heart. And over the years, in fact, coming here as well has really helped me to understand a lot of things. That the way we assess our students is very, very important. All right, Jade, my email is on my page. All right, my email is on my page, my Facebook page, my YouTube page. You see my email there. You see my WhatsApp number there as well. So go there and get in touch. All right, great, great. And I believe most of us have been victims of wrong assessments. Yes, most of us have been victims of wrong assessments. Either we've been wrongly assessed or assessment has been used as a punishment on you throughout your schooling time. In our part of the world, we have teachers who are not professionals and who don't understand what assessment really means. So they tend to use assessment as a form of punishment to their students, be it oral, be it written assessment, be it any form of assessment that they deem fit or they want to use. And that is really unfortunate. I've been a victim of such assessment before. All right? Because the teacher wants to punish you. He will give you an assessment that he knows there is no way you could pass this assessment. Then, based on that, he or she will punish you, or he or she will use that to punish you. I experienced it when I was in middle school. I experienced it heavily when I was in the secondary school. But I have come to know better. All right? I've come to know better. And I keep telling all of us to act professionally. Assessment of any kind is not meant to be punitive. No, it must not be punitive. It must rather set out to encourage development in our students. So if you are a professional teacher who is a victim and you are now using the same process to victimize others, my word to you is you need to stop. Yes, you need to stop. You need to be very crafty and smart in the way you assess your students. There are various forms of assessment. And I know most of us will be doing summative assessments this end of school year. Most of us will be doing it. And most teachers, you will be using the teacher-made exams or teacher-made assessments. Jude, good morning to you. Most of us will be using the teacher-made assessments, and some of us, as I said, will be using the standardized assessments. Some of us will even do the oral ones where we ask our kids or our students questions and they answer them directly and all that. All right, take care. Have a nice day. Good morning, darling. Good morning. Thank you. And so it is our responsibility and our duty not to use that assessment as a form of punishment to our students. If you come to America, the No Child Left Behind policy was enacted in 2002. And the whole idea is to bridge the gap in school improvement and in learning for the students. And the whole idea is to make sure that no student is left behind. All right? That is the policy. No student is left behind, be it in academia, be it in social circles, be it in whatever. You cannot leave any student behind. That is why when you come here, you have students that have disabilities that are in your normal class. All right, if I say normal class, back home in Africa, we separate them. So we have school for the blind, we have school for the deaf, we have school for that, and we have school for that, and even have school for those on the spectrum. All right, those on the spectrum, and that I'm talking about the autism. And there are some that are not even on a higher spectrum level, but yet we cast them to these specialized schools. But when you come to America, most of these students are mixed up in a regular school system. In fact, they are part of your class. So I have students that have behavioral, issues, that have health concerns, but they are in your class. I keep telling you, I have a student that have, ear or hearing problem. So all I have to do is wear a device. They have another device in their ear. If there are more than two, they have to sync their devices so that whilst I'm talking, they will both hear me. All right? And those things are there. Lois, good morning. So at the end of the day, it is my responsibility not to let these students feel left behind academically, because the district has made sure that in terms of access to the education, they have it. So now they are with me as a student. It is my responsibility as a teacher to make sure they are not left behind in any way, especially in my teaching and learning process. I cannot assess them, and because I hate them or some student misbehave towards me, I want to assess and say, hey, I'm going to give you a hard question, difficult question. This question, by the time they finish solving, all of them will get zero. It means you are targeting them. You are trying to say that they are good for nothing, so you are leaving them behind. No, nothing of that sort can happen here. Okay? Very good. Blessed morning to you as well. Nothing of that sort can happen here. And in my master's program, we were taught very well to understand that assessment is for improvement. Assessment is to help you develop yourself better. That is why in every organization, you will be going for interviews from time to time. Organizations will say, hey, let's go for professional development. Let's go for this assessment. Let's go for this. It is to improve you, the professional, in that job. It is not meant to be punitive. It is not meant to say, I'm punishing you. So if you feel you have feel so well, you have seen it, yeah. Then you, the teacher, you feel so big, you feel so pompous that you have failed your students. To what end? Abdul, good morning. Right? To what end? What will you achieve with that? I have been a victim. A lot of you have been victims, but that does not make it right. No form of assessment, be it formal, be it informal, be it standardized, be it teacher made, be it whatever, oral, whatever assessment you want to use, can never be punitive. Don't do that to any of your students. Don't set your end of term exams with the intention to punish them. Don't set out to punish your students because he or she was rude to you, and now you have gotten them. Hey, me too. This is where I'll get you. I'll get you in end of term exam. Or you come to class because you are angry. Boom, let's do a test. let's do a test. Then you start giving out tests anyhow. And the test you are giving is not to measure their understanding of the content you are teaching them, but rather it is your intention to punish them with that test. Oh yeah, teachers do it. They come to class 2 times 2, 4 times 4, then they'll be beating you. They just want an opportunity to cane you. All right. We have all passed through that system, but research has come to explain some of these things. No form of assessment can assess every cognitive level of a student or a learner. Trust me. No standardized test has the ability to assess every cognitive ability or level of a student. So you cannot test all areas. You can never do that. All the aptitude tests we are taking and all those things, none of them has the ability to test for every all the abilities. So I am mass bias. Maybe I will have a deficiency in English. All right. There is no test that they can give me that will even test all my math knowledge. No. Every test is given to test certain areas of your understanding and of your cognitive ability. So whether WAEC, whether teacher made exams, whether whatever the school made exams, whether it's mock, what we call the mock exam, whether it's a quiz, whether it's end of term exams, whatever we give, can only assess certain domains at a certain time. So all the domains can never be assessed on a sitting. And that is what we must come to understand and to accept. That if you are testing certain domains, I mean, if I give you a test right now on the things I've spoken on this particular platform, some of you will feel that you are forgotten, right? But whatever I am doing, I am not trying to test for everything. Maybe I'm testing for only the things I talked about that has to do with mind development. Maybe I'm only testing for things that I talked about that has to do with education. All right. So I'll try to bring bits and pieces of everything I've taught you. But at the end of the day, none of the domains, all the domains can never be assessed. So professionals and experts have come to understand and to approve that. That means no test or no assessment must be punitive in its nature. You cannot say, oh, because you people were doing this, you are not learning. You know how back home professors and lecturers will do it. Yeah, you don't learn, right? Okay. I saw you at the club yesterday. All right. We'll see. You go to the lecture room. Yes, take your papers. We are doing a test. We are doing an exam. Those of you who have been watching Professor Hard Life, I will fail you. I know people who have been doing their master's degree or their PhD for more than 5 years. Yes, at a point, one friend of mine, he had to give up. He gave up and left. They gone. Some of them just gave up and said, you know what? Take your masters. I don't want it again. Because these lecturers or these professors were using it as a form of punishment to these students. Felix, good morning. You know, they were using it as a form of punishment to these students. And that is how we've been. And that is why most of us go back to the classrooms and we want to do the same thing to innocent students. I'm only encouraging us to be professional. I know we are fighting, most of our teachers in Ghana especially are fighting for increment in their salary. Those in Cameroon or in Kenya or wherever will also be fighting for increments. All over Africa, we are all fighting for, in fact, all over the world. But that does not mean we should lower our professionalism to the point where we experienced and we were not happy with it. All right. Sometimes we assess students And because they didn't pass the chemistry test, we are like, oh, as for you, you are good for nothing. And you see, our nature of assessment back home is what is the problem. I mean, that is the main problem. We assess students in a holistic manner to the extent that you have to learn from year 1 all the way to year 4 before you'll be assessed on everything you learned. Whereas when you come here, you are assessed based on what you studied in this semester. So from grade 1 level all the way up, coming here, it is semester based, just as we do in the universities. Whatever you study for the semester, so whatever I'm teaching my students for this semester, that is what they are going to write exams on. I'm not supposed to bring any other thing outside what I've taught. It is not allowed. It is not allowed. Josh, terrific day. Yeah, have a great day too, Josh. Thank you so much. It is not allowed. So therefore, please, I am encouraging all of us. Don't set out these end of term exams with a mindset to punish. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you know you have been doing that, I'm encouraging you to change your ways, to restructure yourself. Let that anger go. Don't look at that student in that particular mindset that, oh, this student has been disrespectful to me, and me too, I'll get you in the exams. I'll get you in that class test. And that exercise, homework, I'll get you. No, don't do that. All right? Don't do that. It is your responsibility to be professional at all times and at all levels. We use some of these assessments that we have back home to kind of cast students and to, how do we say it, to stereotype them. All right, to stereotype them. So once you are not good in science, you are deemed not to be good for anything. But whereas we have the technical areas, somebody may not be good in anything, but he or she may be good with packing and lifting things. So that person has a part in the warehouse, in the industry level. And those are the people you can easily, let go into those areas. The fact that I'm not good in math and science does not mean I'm not good with mechanics. Somebody will just have to study the thing and look at how the structure is and refix the engine back easily. We have to encourage our students, no matter the level we are teaching them. It's a very simple, short word. For every assessment you engage in, please and please again, do not, and I repeat, do not make it punitive in its nature. All right? It may sound very simplistic, but it is the truth. Especially for those of you who are coming here. No child can, in fact, even if the child is failing, I have students who have failed. Yes, 1 or 2 students who have failed before. There are students you cannot do anything about, like on paper. But do you know what they do for them? They give them, we have what we call recovery. So that student is allowed to recover the grades he or she lost. So if they failed Math 1, they will not stay in Math 1. They will be sent to Math 2. But whilst in Math 2, they are given what we call credit recovery. They are recovering their credit. They are given another opportunity. In fact, they can recover that credit for the next 2 years. So long as they are in high school, they must have the opportunity to recover that credit. In fact, at a point in time, they can say, you know what, you have done enough. You have shown enough mastery of this area. You have shown enough effort to, pass this course. So you know what, it's okay. We'll give you the grade. Yes, I've given grades to students before who are homebound. When we say students are homebound, let's say you have hurt yourself. Let's say you are doing sports and you hurt yourself, right? Or you are involved in an accident. Are you aware that the government or the district, the education district, has to make an effort with you in conjunction with your teachers and your school to have somebody teach you, either online or physical? Yes. So I've been approached several times to do homebound. Homebound, I'm supposed to engage with the student online every day, 1 hour after school, to make sure that he or she is catching up with everything, explain some concept that I don't understand, some test that he has to take, I explain it to them. Or sometimes in other districts, you have to drive to the student's house every day, or if it's 3 times a week or 4 times a week, and go through everything the student needs to do, make sure that the student is catching up. It's very important, because the whole idea is no one must be left behind. No one must be left behind, no matter what. Sickness or loss of a parent or whatever must not prevent you. So I have a student who has lost a mom. She's back. She's not doing well again. All of a sudden, she just shut up. She's not going to, I mean, there's a total shutdown. She's not going to do anything. Now, that student will still pass my class. You know why? She cannot be there. No. She'll be given the opportunity to recover it. If she fails, she'll be given the opportunity to recover that grade, because they'll think, oh, in a period in your life, you had this problem. So it is not your fault. Let's give you an opportunity to reclaim yourself again. That is what we do. That is what assessment must be, seek to do. Assessment should not seek to punish students or punish those who are being assessed. I leave this word with you, and I know it is not a popular message, but trust me, if you sit down as a teacher and you craft your own test items, maybe we'll do a seminar or like a webinar or like a training on crafting assessment questions, what we call test items. How to craft it very well. They must be able to differentiate. I mean, all the areas must be covered. Maybe we have to do something on that level. Those of you see, the most unfortunate thing is that we all copy from somewhere and we come and paste. So we have not sat down to craft a whole test item, 70 or 40 questions from scratch. In fact, when I was doing my master, we have to do that. We have to craft test items. And those test items must be standardized. Is that okay? They must be standardized. They must be able to differentiate. Even the answer choices that you create must be able to differentiate between all the kind of students you have. Here, I have crafted test items online from scratch to finished. Yes, I have to craft it from question 1 all the way to question 40 or question 50. Is that okay? And it's something you are able to do because you have been trained to do that. And as a professional, you should be able to know how to do it. So those of you who don't know it and you need polishing or training in that area, just let me know. We'll organize a training session and we'll be able to walk you through so that you can set what we are setting questions. You can set proper standardized questions for your students. Not the kind that is biased. No, you don't want the biased kind of test items. There are test items that you see that teachers will set. Look, I've been how do you call it? I'm a victim, or I am a culprit of that as well. Even though I've been a victim of it, I also did some to some of my students. Sometimes I'll set the question, it is A, B, 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 B. All the answer choices are in a certain pattern. That is wrong. That is professionally wrong. You are not supposed to do that. All right? If it's a multiple choice, you are not supposed to do that. It is wrong. Professionally wrong. You know, it is against my measurement and evaluation standards. But at a point, we did those things just to get by. But I have learned better and I've become a better person. And I now implement, or how do we call it, make use of that knowledge heavily in where I am. And I'm encouraging all of you to do the same. All right? Share this video. Let every teacher see it and let them understand that we must not assess to punish. Let us assess to encourage. Let us assess to even see you yourself. Assessment is a reflection of you, the teacher yourself. To see that, oh, I'm doing well. Maybe the teaching method I employed didn't go well. This particular topic, when I assess them, they are not doing well. It means there is something wrong. How do I implement a new teaching method? How do I change it? How do I change my style? What do I need to do? Is it that the students are not grasping the concept? Some concepts are in abstract. There is nothing you can do about it. But most of us make even simple things complicated. We don't employ the right teaching skills. We don't employ the right teaching tools, the right assessment materials, the right teaching and learning materials. So at the end of the day, we make our lessons so difficult to understand. You want to change your ways. I have evolved. I have evolved greatly, and I am encouraging all of you to do the same. I love you. Respect to everyone who engaged with me. Abena, how are you? Please share this video. Let it reach as many teachers as possible that you know. Share it on your platform. Share it on your WhatsApp groups and everywhere, and let them watch that we must become more professional. As we seek for more money, let us also seek to be more professional. All right. I'll see you when I see you. Have a blessed day. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.